morning, but this new streaming service I got has just been messing me up. I'm either freezing or it's making weird noises. So I just decided to get on here live. Let's have a conversation. Who tired of being lied to? Who tired of being lied on? It's so much. Boy, I'm telling you, this cable, everything was so much better when we was off of uh, when everything was not automatic. Okay, like analytic. Now everything is digital and cable, where you used to use antennas. When you only had three stations. No, you had three, about six stations. The TV would go off around 1 o'clock in the morning. Now they can propaganda you 24/7. They do have it's a radio station called the Black Information Network, and it's okay. I listen to it every day, but as soon as they start talking about Trump and his lackeys, I turn it off. I know they have to talk about him too because stop calling it information. It's just propaganda. It's just a bunch of lies. That's a shame. We know they lying, but they still can get up and keep lying. Like it's no big deal. Like it's no big deal. And then I'm looking at my Google, and they talking about this Utah pharmacist reacts to NBA young boy's presidential pardon. A president is pardoning a rapper. Never in my life have I ever heard of anything like that before. I guess that's what they're doing now. And it's amazing. They pardon all these criminals, but hold on. But what about the innocent ones that's still locked up? They don't worry about them because uh, they ain't gonna bring no money. They're gonna have to spend money to get them out of jail. But it says this Utah pharmacist was upset the man who admitted to breaking. Hey, Oprah, please don't call me Oprah. Call me anything but Oprah. Um, the Utah pharmacist is upset the man who admitted to breaking into his pharmacy has been left off the hook. So this man, NBA young boy, was sentenced to 2 years back in 2024. The president did explain why he pardoned the rap star. He was a rap star for drug fraud and weapons charges. Oh, he was involved in a prescription drug fraud ring. And the pharmacies across Utah, at least 16 pharmacies were broken into. Each one of those stores lost between $15,000 and $30,000. Okay, so and then he's gonna mention about this is teaching uh, the wrong lesson to boys. Well, as we all know, it all depends on who you know and how much money you got. Hello, how are you and where you from? Ah, I am from the east. Um, your face looks familiar. No, I'm not. I'm not. It's the filter. I'm not. I don't look nothing like Oprah. Wow. But it's a shame that you got people getting out of jail, guilty, did the crime, and gonna do another crime, and you got ones that's locked up in prison for stuff they didn't do. Pitiful. Pitiful. I wish I had Oprah's money though. I would be doing a lot more than what I am for helping others. I believe in helping others, and and she do. I ain't saying she don't. Let me see if I can find that I heard on the uh, Black Information Network about this. What was it? It was a memorial destroyed. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. A damaged memorial dedicated to former slave has Annie Arundel County residents upset. When did this happen? This ain't the one I'm talking. Oh, yes, it is. It happened April. Oh no, this was last month, April. Let me see. Well, I heard about this monument, Confederate. No, it was about this monument about this man that for this man that was hung on a uh let me see. He was accused of doing something he didn't do for attacking a girl, and it was destroyed. Let me see. Well, I heard it on the Black Information Network. And I'm just saying, it's a shame that people don't have nothing else to do but mess up a monument for somebody that this happened years ago. I'm sure the people that knew about it And all this stuff is probably no longer here. So why is you messing with something that you don't have nothing to do with? And these radio station, okay, they only give you like 1 minute, 2 minute. They'll never go into any depth of on the situation. I tell you, every time we get something, some kind of monument or uh, a street named after us or something, it's always got to be doing something with some kind of racist situation or somebody getting killed. Usually it is. Well, evidently it didn't make it to Google. Let me say, the Salt Lake Tribute of people killed by police destroyed. Demolition. Demolition is underway on Salt Lake City's Fleet Block, that disused 10-acre site on the edge of the Granny District that is home to Poland Street murals depicted people killed by the police. I don't know about that. I don't know why we do that. I would not want my face on a mural as a victim of police brutality. Because that's all we got. We don't have a lone block of memorial murals of black people that have achieved a lot. That's what we need to focus more on, really, are achievements. That is not an achievement I would want to be known for, of being shot and killed by the police. Mm-mm-mm-mm. We should put that in our. We should be let it known to family members. Don't put my picture up there with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all the other ones killed by the police. because it seemed like your family would do that. And we don't know if they would want to be known for that, but we don't know that because they're not here to be to, to, to say. Let's see. Duckworth is also chair of the Black Lives Matter Utah chapter. Her cousin Bobby Ray Duckworth, 26, was killed by an officer. That's not the only thing that's doing is adding more pictures to it. It's not stopping nothing. I don't think that land that they got that on can be used to raise food, to grow food, or build a building that people could come in and get help. I don't know. I don't know. We didn't have nothing like that when we was growing up. I'm sure maybe it did in some of the big cities, but no. Like I was saying, are you tired of being lied to? I know I am. Oh my goodness. I done got to the point where I don't even really want to even listen to the news no more. Because they lying and they reporting on the lies and the lies are being retold. If we focus more on the truth, I think things would be a lot better. I think we'd be a lot better off if we focus more on the truth. Yeah. And they is really lying to you when they say the prices haven't went up. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. And we better adjust ourselves to these high prices and start saying, you know what? I don't need that. I really don't need that. And we're going to start taking care of ourselves better. We're going to start eating better. We're going to have to give up the drinking and the smoking. And we're going to start taking our lives more serious because these people are out here to do one thing: use you up, chew you up, and spit you out. They already got it planned out. They don't really want you to live no more than 30 years at the most because they don't want you to use your retirement or your social security, and you're only going to give them like a good 20, 30 years of service, so they don't need you no more. Now they're kicking all these people out, the ones that really work hard. So who's left? These people over here in America are lazy as heck. All they want to do is somebody to entertain them and get up and do stuff for them. Oh boy, it is cold for some reason. Oh well, it's cold because uh, let the weatherman tell you why it's cold. Oh, what are we going to do? For one thing, we're going to take stuff more serious. Because if we don't, we're going to live to regret it. It is 2025. And we still begging to let us in. And it's so stupid because we sit up there and let these people dominate the conversation, always, leading the narrative. And we know that we are capable of doing everything and anything. Just like when they was talking about, would you want a black man, a black person flying you, being the air pilot? Who they over there flying the planes over there in Africa and other countries? And we have to realize they're not talking to us. They are talking to their other racist friends, because they like that conversation. So we need to stop repeating that stupid ass narrative and them talking points that they got out there. Just like they always have to show, oh, he did this. We don't have to see every racist thing they do. Racists don't stop being racist. We don't need to hear about it or see it.
Hey, here's your news in NPR.
This message comes from NPR sponsor Sierra. Business connections start with a conversation. Sierra is the AI platform for building better, more human customer experiences. Fast answers with no canned responses, hold music, or frustration. Visit Sierra.ai to learn more.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Nora Robb. Millions of Americans are under a health alert this weekend because of compromised air quality. It's being caused by out-of-control wildfires in the Canadian province of Manitoba. NPR's Alana Wise reports that thick, billowing clouds of smoke have swept through at least 3 northern states.
Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota have all issued air quality alerts for their residents. This comes as 17,000 Manitobans have been forced to flee their homes as dangerous fires cut through the province's prized wildlands. The evacuation effort is the largest in recent history for Manitoba. These fires come on the heels of 2 consecutive years of devastating wildfire seasons. In all 3 affected states, experts warn that the air quality is unsafe for people like children and the elderly. In Minnesota, which is projected to be the hardest hit, the air quality will be reduced to the point of danger for sensitive groups and some members of the general public. Alana Wise, NPR News.
A 3-judge appeals court panel has ruled the Trump administration can't continue its DOGE-fueled cuts to the federal government. From member station KQED in San Francisco, Brian Kranz reports.
In a 2-1 decision, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled against the Trump administration's request for an injunction from a federal district court judge, saying that resuming the mass firing of federal workers would have an irreparable effect. A coalition of unions, nonprofits, and local governments sued the Trump administration, asserting President Trump lacks the authority to remake the federal government. San Francisco is one of the plaintiffs. Here's City Attorney David Chu.
We're grateful for the ruling for recognizing the continuously disastrous harms that we are facing because of President Trump's complete disregard for the rule of law.
The Trump administration can appeal the panel's decision to the Supreme Court. For NPR News, I'm Brian Kranz.
Medics in Gaza say at least 31 Palestinians were killed and more than 200 wounded by Israeli tank fire near a new U.S.-sponsored aid distribution center in Rafah. The Israeli military says it's unaware of casualties caused by shelling there. Hamas says the attack shows the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation aid sites are death traps. BBC's Sebastian Usher says aid agencies agree.
They believe some of the chaos, some of the casualties that there have been over the past few days wouldn't necessarily have happened if they'd still been in control. Their criticism has been that aid agencies would have been involved in this distribution for years, changing the system in such a time with people in such a desperate state is not conducive to the best outcome.
This is crazy. You have to go through all this. All these people that got fired. The lights all upside down. And now, months later, now they want to say it's wrong. All I know is if black people was running stuff, if we was back in power like we were centuries ago, we wouldn't be going through this. You wouldn't have, well, we got to go through the courts. We got to put you on the docket. We got to wait till next court date to find out if you did something wrong. In the meantime, people's lives are going way crazy. It don't make no sense. That's why when we was running stuff, when black people were in control of everything, we didn't need jails. We didn't need insane asylum. Because we took care of stuff. We had no tolerance for stupid stuff. Everybody learned to treat each other right. Parents was respected. Elderly was praised. And that's the problem. Families are messed up. So you got to have these other people take care of kids because the family is messed up. The parents, it's just messed up. When is families going to start having family values again? Okay, I'm going to get off of here. I'm just rambling. I don't really.
The deal was close, but as NPR's Carrie Conn reports, the same long-standing sticking points remain.
Special Envoy Steve Witkoff says Hamas is to blame for the impasse, calling the militant group's response to his deal, quote, totally unacceptable. Witkoff says his deal is the way to secure a 60-day truce and substantive negotiations toward a permanent ceasefire.
Oh, I'm so tired of these white folks. They don't have nothing else to do but cause chaos. That's all. They love chaos. Oh boy. Well, anybody's hearing my voice, if you have children, please teach them the truth and show them that they don't have to live in this country if they don't have to. This country is going down. It's kind of late for us older ones, but these young ones, they got to know, they got to get out. I ain't talking about the movie Get Out. They got to get out of this country because they are starting to elect criminals, rapists, fraudsters. Okay, you got criminals pardoning criminals. And then they tried to erase Black history, which they can't do it, but they love to instill fear in people because it just makes their day. But we ain't got to be scared. We ain't got to be here if we don't have to. That's what I don't. That's what we weren't taught that growing up. You don't have to live in this country. Yes, this is your country. Yes, you were born here, and that's only because of we was stolen and people was here, and we always had this idea that Africa was a bad place to be. But it's not like that no more. Africa is waking up just like it's time for us to wake up. We don't have to be in this blood-soaked country. And we have to teach our kids the truth about this country and stop letting people think. Because now we got Trump supporters, Black Trump supporters. What is our young Black girls going to have to deal with? Black Trump supporters. Every time I look at an African movie, I'll be like, oh, God, look, that's what I'm missing. The culture, the mindset, the language, the beautiful clothes. We stuck with these European clothes. And these European holidays. Oh, we should listen to Marcus Garvey when he said, let's build some boats and get out of here. God, I wish my parents had left. But they got stuck on that America dream. More like the American nightmare. Because what you have to go through to get this American dream ain't worth it. It's not worth it. Working your ass off for 30, 40 years. For what? To buy a bunch of stuff. And then turn around and your kids, grandkids are still being treated just as bad as your parents did. That don't make no sense. What is money for? Why do the rich want to continue to get richer? It don't make no sense. We got all these smartphones, smart houses, smart cars, but dang, people ain't getting smarter. These kids that's going to school next semester, next school year, what is they got to face? What are they going to be facing? I mean, really, my daughter had to move all the way to another city for her child to go to a better school. So I don't even know. I don't even know if that's going to be any better. These young ones better take this stuff serious. Better take it serious, or it's too late. And it's a shame our young women have to be doing this all alone. Because these black men out here, I'm telling you, I know, ain't worth a shit. Now you got to ask them, are you a Trump supporter? Yeah, these black men out here supporting the white racists. I know, I seen one. I actually seen, I don't know if he was a Trump supporter, but you don't go say, well, I don't know Kamala. You don't know her. That's because you're stupid. She been a vice president for 4 years. She was a prosecutor. She's been in the political arena for years. You don't know her because you didn't want to know her. You didn't try to get to know her, and you probably don't know too many of people anyway. Okay, y'all, I'm gone. Thanks for joining in, and thanks for the comments.